My cat randomly grew one white whisker. They've always been all black. Does that mean your kitty is getting old? Is this a sign of old kitty age? Look, you're gonna have an old kitty, and they're the best. My avocado oil was a wrapper on a coconut oil bottle. I see. I mean, it is interesting, though not for the reasons I may have assumed initially here. Non-aerosol, so hey, no propellant that's gonna blow up your house, you know? Nothing like that. Also, is this an Australian product? No. No! Someone buying 1,200 pounds of sugar at Costco. Ah, finally, someone who's going to make their own candy for Halloween. I'm just kidding. That's not even close. It's not even close to enough, dude. My workers started yelling selling. Wow, can't read. MAGA water. What? MAGA water. Artesian water. That's probably stuff they got from the tank of a toilet, right? Look, we make fun of bottled water all the time for just being tap water put in a bottle and sold to you at a giant, 3 to 4 billion% markup, but this stuff is something they're taking out of toilets, isn't it? Found an OG blue Walmart bag while cleaning out. I'm gonna be honest with you, I totally forgot that's what they used to look like. It's been so long since I've even seen a Walmart bag because I want to say 2 years ago or so now, here in Colorado, they finally enacted their own law where in order for stores to keep selling bags, they need to be paper, or they need to sell reusable bags, but they do not offer plastic bags, nor would they for free if they still had them. They're doing the 10-cent per bag charge thing and also getting rid of the single-use plastic bags that we've been using for forever that, quite frankly, even as a kid, blew my mind because of how disgusting and stupid that was. But it is interesting. You know, I always forget Walmart's mascot used to be a little smiley-faced guy, right? That dude used to fly around and smack price stickers everywhere. He was always doing the rollbacks, man. I love it. Between him and the blue light bulb from Kmart, I mean, man, we were living large back then. I bought 4 bags of powdered sugar. None actually contained the full amount written on the bag. Ah, well, you see, you fool. You fool. Wait, let's see. 32 ounces is what you're supposed to be getting. Okay, not a single one. Now, I do wonder how much of this comes down to just essentially what amounts to RNG at the factory versus how much of this is a company knowing people like you and I won't check, and they do this with 20% of their bags or something like that in order to save on however much. I feel like with the rate people buy sugar or any other ingredients like this, I feel like you could save a pretty penny over the years just shortchanging most bags 1, 2, 3 ounces because, again, most people aren't going to fact check you. They're not going to, figure this out. Unless you're like me, or you're like this guy, and you're just crazy enough to go, you. Are you cheating me? And then you find out that they might be, okay? This book was originally $272. What the hell kind of book cost that much? Is it a textbook? Let's see here. Oh, whoa. What is this book? Vonnegut? There's no way Slaughterhouse 5 was $272. You know what? Just for my own sake, I'm gonna run to eBay real quick. 1 second here. No. I'm checking. What in the world? There we go. Now, that would be $15. So I don't know. Maybe Borders was on crack or something like that. Is it signed? No. This bridge is wildly curved and bikers are known to fall off of it. Well, maybe they should get better. Oh, wait, no. The Crooked Bridge Hall of Shame. Let's see. Wow, that's a lot. Wow. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's truly getting anybody. It seems like the sort of thing people would be warned about. Like if you're going out with a mountain bike and you're going to go do, runs like this, you're aware of the bridge that has caused this many people to fall off of it. So, oh well, go for it. Look, either go for it or don't, really. Look, clearly it's claimed the shame. It's claimed the pride of many a cyclist, right? So can you do it? Also, I'm sorry, I just noticed that the 13th, wait, what number is that, dude? The 13th person? Oh, it's really low res for me. that failed this was Bike Jesus. Look, I gotta say, if Bike Jesus can't do it, I don't think you can either. This building doesn't allow helium balloons. Okay, you know what? If I had to guess, I would assume it's just in case you accidentally let it go, or if you're in there with a kid and the kid lets it go, because a lot of kids will just let them go for fun, right? To let them get stuck places. And that's annoying. Someone's got to get them down, or they will eventually let themselves down as some sort of timed litter. You know what I mean? Oh, I know the reason for this one. They will have a tall space inside that uses a set of infrared beams as a smoke detection system. Ah, not where I was going. The beams are more sensitive than normal detectors, as you can place them crisscrossing about 10 feet up instead of on the ceiling, and any smoke particles will break them. Also, if someone lets go of a helium balloon. Source: I was inside of a building that had to be evacuated because a pigeon got in. That is actually interesting. Okay, did not know that. Did not know those systems got to be that crazy, but really cool. Was given a free mini cone at Burger King. Oh my god, that is adorable. That's almost no ice cream, but dude, it's free. That's like what a sample should be, I feel, you know? It's just the right amount to sample, and I get a little cone. I mean, come on, that's adorable. That's like a single bite, but how can you not want that? How could you not want the little mini cone, dude? Now I kind of want one. You think I can sweet talk my way into a free one over at Burger King today? I mean, I'm not going to go check. I'm not going to do that, guys. So don't worry about it. But man, I'm tempted. Whew, I am really out of it. I can't keep my thoughts straight, and I feel like I'm not making any sense anymore, guys. My cat crawled in my bathrobe sleeve and fell asleep. Dude, cats are just too pure for us. They're simply too good for us. You know, same with dogs. Dogs and cats are just too good for us. We don't deserve them. We never have, and we never will. No, I can hear a bunch of people that don't like cats speaking up right now. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. And I never do, because you guys are a lot meaner than people that don't like dogs, okay? My chocolate milk looks like the silhouette of a man. Oh, a man? No, you are right, though. That is weird, but interesting. You have a giant chocolate ice cube. Is it still an ice cube if it's chocolate milk? Do we need to come up with a different name for this? Have scientists worked on this yet? Because I have heard nothing of this, okay? Look, some scientific discoveries are just too far and away from my brain. My corn grew a little corn right on the cob. Huh. Oh, your corn has a pee-pee. I'm sorry. That is weird. I mean, is it weird? I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I don't deal with plants virtually at all, let alone plants that we eat. So is this something that's super uncommon? Or does this just happen, but people like you and I don't get to see it very often? My custom controller my robotics team uses. Ooh, that's cool. Dude, 3D printing has allowed us to do some really interesting stuff. Okay, like this. Do you think you can sell this to like Microsoft or something so that they can somehow make a worse controller in the future? Look, my Xbox isn't even going to be around in like another decade or so. I'm talking tops. But I don't know, what if they went extra psychotically goofy? Just once. Like, really swung for the fences to see as like a last-ditch effort what they can do, huh? What do you think? Cut down this plant a month ago. One branch now leaks green slime, and the other orange. What? Oh, yucky. Please tell me somebody in the cut. Nope, no one got to the bottom of this one. Well, that's really gross. I'm sorry, I'm a little more silent on this one because I am trying to think what in the actual hell could be going on here. Is this the ooze that made the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What is this crap? Is this normal? Am I the crazy one? My dentist's toilet door lock is held in place by blue tack. Huh. I think your dentist needs to become better at their job. I don't know, maybe they need more money. Or maybe he should divert more of the money he makes, if it's too much, of course, towards taking care of the building he resides in. Like if it is indeed the entire building and he's allowed to do that. Coworker's dog got attacked, has his own silhouette on his ear now. Oh, well it's unfortunate. I hope the dog is doing well, but that is kind of cute. I mean, look, it's kind of a funny happenstance. But as long as the dog is okay, the dog appears to be okay. So I think we're all okay, or at the very least, I'm okay. I don't know if you're okay. How are you today? Our driveway gravel contained a trilobite. Okay. No, that's really sick, actually. What in the world? I have never had the pleasure, by the way, of finding a fossil of any kind. I've seen them, I've held them, but I've never come across one on my own. And I know that, most people probably haven't, but I always thought, man, it'd be cool as hell to accidentally come across a fossil of some kind. Where's mine? Do I get to be a fossil someday? I kind of hope not, actually. I'm gonna make sure that I can't become one. I'm going through the cremation machine. Just take me out, dude. The final clause of my Tux rental agreement requires that I dance at the event. All right, okay. But wait, hang on. Damage waiver, let's see, absolutely no refunds. I will dance at the event. Now, I do wonder if they have ever, and I mean ever, tried to enforce this rule on somebody to freak them out. Like, oh, did you enjoy dancing? Yeah, I sure did. Oh yeah, did you? You did enjoy that? Okay. Well, you must have gotten video of it, right? It was part of your contract. You agreed, okay? So you better show us that footage, all right, buddy? Yeah? McDonald's flag at half-mast today. I'm sorry, everyone. It does pain me that you're hearing this from me first, because you deserve to hear it from somebody more qualified like Damien or Grimace. Unfortunately, as of 8:46 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 days ago, Ronald McDonald was found alive in his bed. And it's really stirred up the community overall, especially if you were a McDonald's fan. You were always hoping that scary clown motherfucker would go away forever, but nope, he is here and he's here to stay. And we're all a little frightened. So we as a nation must come together. How sad is that, though? Putting the United States flag at half-mast, after a tragic event. McDonald's, I know why they do it. They do it because flag code, I'm pretty sure here in the U.S., states that nothing can fly above the United States flag. No other flags can be higher than that. So, McDonald's can't leave their McDonald's flag at full mast while the U.S. flag gets lower. But still, it just seems stupid, first of all, that we need a flag at a McDonald's. My grandmother has an old satellite dish from the late 70s or early 80s in her backyard. This actually reminds me of my grandma's house. She didn't have a satellite dish. What she had was one of those giant TV antennas that are taller than the house. And on rare occasion, if for some strange reason we were getting really bad reception when we were watching local TV, one of us would go outside and physically turn the entire antenna so that it would point a different direction and try and catch waves from a different angle, and it would fix it. That thing was crazy. Really ancient that was. Hand shredding after detox. Detox from what? What the hell happened? What is this from you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't need to know. But it is very interesting. It makes sense, I guess, that something like this would happen. You gotta get rid of all those toxins, man. 7-Eleven has discounted products more than 100%. What? Save 133%. I don't think that's... So they owe me money, essentially? Clearly it's someone that just misunderstood the entire concept and printed out the wrong thing, but I do wonder how much this has annoyed them overall, because some smartass has come up and gone, all right, give me my money. No, you pay me to take it. Actually, that's what it says on the sign. Stupid. The person who wrote that doesn't understand how to calculate percentage. The regular price is 133% higher than the discounted price, but that's a 57% rebate, not 133%. A 133% discount would be them giving you $1.16 for each one you take. I'm losing money not taking all of the Coke bottles then, I think. McDonald's horse parking. I will say, I love when McDonald's in strange or interesting or rural areas, or not just them, but just fast food chains in general, do special stuff or are allowed to break from the stupid monotony of franchise bullshit. I like it when they do horse parking. Or God forbid, I used to follow that Twitter account, Non-Standard McDonald's or whatever, but every single one they would post made me sad because it was just, oh yeah, it closed 3 years ago. Oh, it closed a week ago. Oh, that's been closed for 20 years. Because McDonald's sucks absolute ass for many, many reasons. One of those reasons being that they just don't allow any of their locations to be unique or interesting. Hotel room had a no lemon sticker inside the mini fridge. This one I feel like actually has a reason. This Doesn't feel random. This feels kind of like when you try to take fruits or vegetables through customs to other countries, right? There might be a reason here. Did someone in the comments enlighten us in any way, shape, or form? I asked the woman at the front desk what was up with it, and she said she didn't know beyond that a guest must have put it there rather than the hotel, and we were allowed to put lemons in if we wanted. Okay, so it wasn't for a reason at all, and I'm a stupid, doo-doo-headed, dodo-brained idiot moron baby. All right, there we go. I said it. I'm sorry, but am I that sorry? No. I've somehow managed to keep this ring's lifetime warranty for 22 years, and they're still honoring it. I was 12 when I got it. Oh, well, that's awesome, though. I mean, this ring has a lifetime guarantee against stone breakage, loss, and manufacturing defects. That's pretty good. When returning the ring, please enclose it in a box for protection along with its guarantee, or with this guarantee and $4.75 per postage and handling. Please specify the stone type if the stone is missing. That's awesome, actually. Wheeler's rings are made with pride in America. How much of it's made here, if I may ask, you know? No, but that's cool. I don't know how often you ever see anything like this, you know? No matter how good the company, no matter how tightly knit the company is, it seems like the best a lifetime guarantee will get you is, we don't do that anymore, but we'll give you credit for what you paid or something, I guess. Not, they'll keep fixing the damn thing for you on repeat for 22 years. That is impressive, okay? The Lithuanian president built his new house on top of his old house. That took me a second. What the hell? I need to see inside. Like, I'm sorry, we have to see what the hell is going on inside. Like, it looks cool from here, but does this idea truly work, right? Because I see what he's going for, and it looks like it was successful enough, but what does this feel like on the inside? You know what I mean? I found a McDonald's untouched by time, okay? How untouched are we going to be talking? 60s, 70s? Are we talking like the invention of McDonald land? What are we talking? Oh my God. So it goes pretty far back. I don't know what era we're looking at. This just straight up, like if someone were to edit this to get rid of the daylight and the windows in the background, like if you went through and you hand painted all of those windows to be like black or something like that, right here, you've got an image out of the Backrooms or Poppy Playtime. Hi there. My name is Laith Pierre, and welcome to a McDonald's that everyone forgot about. My mailman was wearing a Captain America shield while delivering. Oh, straight up. Wait, is it just a regular Captain America shield or one of those Captain America shield bags? Not that it like makes a huge difference, but that's kind of cool. I gotta be honest with you. I've heard horror stories from mailmen about some of their jobs, but I feel like I would do pretty well on a walking route. I think I could do that. That sounds very pleasant. Even if it is raining like crazy, right? I would kill to do that job. Found my neighbor's truck in a ditch on my way to the bus stop this morning. Are they all right? Or did like the truck do this to itself? There's a story here, and it's probably pretty funny. My Walmart pillow doesn't say pillow anywhere on the packaging. Yeah, you see, that's because in order to legally call it a pillow, it has to be made with a certain amount of milk or cream. So because it's not, this is actually just a sleep cushion. God damn it. You see, in order to be a pillow, it actually has to come from the pillow region of France. Otherwise, it's just a sleep aid. A pool being built for a high school sports center. Ooh, damn. Now that is a big pool. You know, it's kind of crazy. You wouldn't think it most of the time unless you see these photos, but there's so many things out there that I feel like we could talk about that are way more involved than we would initially think. Like building a pool. Like, look at the amount of structure in there. That is insane stuff. All for the sake of a hole in the ground that holds water. Like, that's it. That's crazy, isn't it? How much effort has to go into, and it makes sense. I see why, and I know why. It's just kind of crazy that, you know, you look at, say, Encino Man, and that mother was digging a hole in the ground to build a pool. He wasn't doing any of this. That was not gonna work. No way, no how. Corn in hamster food popped spontaneously. Where the hell do you store that crap, dude? You need to store it in a dry place that's not 100 billion degrees. You're gonna ruin everything. Or transfer some of that plastic goo into their food. Poster at KFC with USA map Doesn't have Florida on it. That's fair. What? What, man? I'm sorry. Look, I apologize that KFC deemed Florida unnecessary. But to be fair, I feel like half the people in Florida would also deem Florida unnecessary. Power cut while baking bread. Aw, I'm sorry, my friend. That's all I have for you. We put the end of a leak in water, and this little dude grew out. Ooh. I mean, it looks kind of gross, but it is interesting. Life truly does find a way, as they say, or at the very least said in that one movie. What movie are we talking about? I don't really know. Do you guys remember the movie? I know what it's from. I'm just being a smart ass. I'm trying to bait interaction. So if you guys could fall for it, just really quick, just fall for it. I know it's Jurassic Park, but could you just very quickly fall for the interaction bait? That's, yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Steven. I appreciate you too, dude. Real life heat map of my husband's mouse patterns over 15 years. Oh, he doesn't use a mouse pad? Damn. That desk has seen a beating. 15 years, you said? That's actually impressive. I hope he keeps going with it for another 15. By the time he's elderly, you could have a very interesting heat map. I mean, honestly, it's only going to get less interesting as time goes on, in my opinion, but damn, dude. I am actually more surprised than anything that you've been raw dogging your mouse on your desktop like that. That's just mind-blowing to me. How often do you clean the desktop? Because mice and your arms get pretty filthy, man. My Horlicks turned into a solid block and I had to grate it. I don't know what that is. Look, I'm sorry I don't. I'm sorry that happened to you. Or congratulations, Americans. Oh, it's malted milk. Thank you. Jesus. Malted milk? Hold on. When it comes to the term malted, I don't think about that. Okay, I see. It's a powder. I mean, duh, obviously. So I have had this stuff before. I'm pretty sure I grew up drinking powdered milk a lot because it was cheaper and easier to keep than full gallons and stuff. Poor kids, we had that. We just, I guess, called it something different. There's a floor between floors 0 and 1 at my workplace. Well, don't go there. That's the back rooms. Jingle, jangle, jingle, jangle. Favorite word, the back rooms. You'll die there. Today I weighed 100 kilograms dead on. Okay, pretty impressive. I've never seen a weight that's perfectly on the dot like that before. Or maybe I have. Maybe I'm a liar. I was sealing an asphalt driveway and I somehow perfectly stained one nail black. I wonder how long it'll stay that way. I've got odds on 1 week. What do you guys think? My wife's surrobaby's weight and length matches his date of birth. That's kind of amazing. That's pretty sweet, actually. Damn. Oh, what the hell? 20.25 inches? This kid might grow up with superpowers. I'm just saying, we'll check back in 2045 and we'll see what's going on. Witness the bizarre feat of a Californian coot. Damn, those are some big chonkers, dude. Look at those things. And for free, too? No, really, those are some wild feet, man. What is going on with you? What is the evolutionary benefit of those bad boys? I work next to the studio that creates the content for the Sphere in Las Vegas. It's a mini sphere. Okay, well, that's kind of cute, though, and they would need to do that, right? You would have to have some kind of spherical studio sizable enough in order to create content appropriately for a giant sphere, wouldn't you? I've toured it for work. We work with MSG for the inner and outer sphere animations. Inside, it's a quarter-scale test screen with the same pixel layout as the big boy, and it is in fact used for testing content. There's around 20-ish seats. There's also around a 5 to 6 foot diameter model of the outside of the sphere to test the exosphere designs on. Everything that goes on the outside must be tested on this first, no exceptions. Unfortunately, the outside doesn't light up. Am I the only one that thinks the sphere is really stupid?